Hey guys, welcome to the Worst Generation podcast where we discuss all things One Piece card game. I'm Orange Samurai D, your host, your level 1 judge, and we got our TCG experts, Gary Farrington, Evan Garns. So, week 2 of Treasure Cups in the books. Miami, it was an experience we'll never forget.
It was a good one.
It was good. So, we got a few price cards in the group. We had some choppers here and
We
there.
got some choppers.
Yeah, some choppers,
We
event
got a
packs.
few people that didn't get choppers.
It happens.
You know it happens.
Yeah, so let's talk a few more things about what
Those
happened
are
through
fighting words.
the
guys.
weekend. So first on my part, real quick, 'cause I judged at the event along with my friend Daniel, and then we had Ben, the level 0 judge, and this guy Joel from Miami. Super cool guy. It was a pleasure to meet him. And then we had Nate, our head judge for the event. The event was, in my opinion, really well ran. We had 9 rounds of Swiss, 500 players, all cooked up in one room. And this is not a,
Emphasis on cooked.
so this is not a fault of the TO. This thing of the venue, the Miami Airport Convention Center. The thing is that one room, we went there last month for
It's
Taco
hot.
Fest, and there's not much ventilation. It was super hot on day one, but thankfully they addressed it by adding fans to the room, and the event staff, the venue staff, they gave us all this refreshment area with all this water. They never stopped going and filling it, so that was really good. Another issue that we had was the reception at the room, because I have AT&T and it had crap service. Some people didn't have any service, so they couldn't go into the Best Coast Pairings app and put in their results. So that was a huge problem, and I think that's also why we had to stop the stream for PPG, because they couldn't stream it. It was looking
Yeah,
bad.
They
Wi-Fi
stopped the stream.
Yeah,
For
no,
day
they stopped-
two.
yeah, they
And
stopped
for
it.
day 2.
Oh my
They
God.
were
They
still
stopped it, yeah.
streaming.
So yeah, that is not a fault of pro play. I want to say that's just the way the convention center is,
Shit
unfortunately.
happens.
Yeah, so 9 rounds of Swiss, 500 people. I did 20,000 steps that day. That's how crazy it was.
All right, let's talk about
Yeah,
the breakdown.
yeah.
now.
Breakdown. All right, so here's the general breakdown. That is the whole breakdown.
Let's talk about the top 6.
Top 6 only?
Yeah.
Okay. We're
Give
gonna.
me the 6 most represented decks.
Oh, in the whole thing? Here we
Yeah,
got
the
this.
whole tournament. And then
I
we'll
see
go
what
into the
I see
top
what you're
16.
saying. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we were gonna have Green Kid 129 players, Red Zoro 86 players, Purple Kaido 71 players, Red Luffy 67 players, Red Green Law 64 players, the Flamingo 40 players.
And that's a great place to stop, because after that,
Yeah,
it's,
it's
really
just like-
relevant.
2 dozens, yeah.
Yeah, and how about all the Green Kid? I mean, that's what we kind of expected, just because that's Florida. It feels
Yeah,
like.
like,
that's the meta in
It's
Florida.
the easy pick. You expect to sit there. Whenever you're building a deck for this format, one of the first
Yeah.
questions you have to ask right now is
How do you get around 8 drop?
Yeah, like what's your answer 8 drop, and how well is my matchup?
Yep.
And if you want to be showing up to any big event, that's one of the things that you always have to be considering, because not even just Kid can play that, but you also have to remember that Law can be doing something like that too. And 2 of like the top decks in the metagame right now, if you can't answer a card that is that
Sure.
aggressive, then you don't really have a chance. You can't go in there like the blue players.
Yeah.
So many amazing players this weekend playing
Mhm.
blue that just went into green matchups and they just don't
Can't
have-
get around it.
Poor Rojas.
And then another thing, let's talk about this too.
Yeah.
Evan, what did you play and why did you play?
I played Law because you wanted to play test against Law, and then you made me play it like 20 times the night before. And it
Wow.
was the deck that I had the most reps in before
Yeah.
the tournament. So I just kind of got
That makes sense.
forced into playing Law. And then I did okay. I still got top 125, which is still like, I guess like the average player going into an event going X3 top 125.
That's the
like
event
that-
pack price, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
event
yeah.
pack price.
I got like 80th place.
Yeah.
Which
Oh, yeah.
for me personally, I was very disappointed with that,
Mhm.
and then especially since I bubbled at a top 64.
Yeah.
Like we had 2 other people on our team get
Mm.
X and 3 as well, and
yep.
then they got into top 64
Sure
as
did.
well. So
Sure
The Hunter X3.
yeah, Hunter.
So
and
Hunter
Jeff,
and Jeff. Yeah.
X3. So I think the worst in our like subset of group, the worst that someone did was X3 for the most part.
Yeah.
Other
Yeah,
than
and it's still respectable. for
other than the
100%
blue
event.
players,
Yep.
everyone that
Yeah.
wasn't playing blue got at least X3.
Yep.
Mm.
A lot of choppers for the group. A lot of choppers.
Yeah, no. So the Florida brought it down. Yeah, absolutely.
And then
And then I played Luffy.
Yeah, you played Luffy.
I just felt like it has no bad matchup. Your worst matchup is when you draw bad.
Yeah.
That's literally how I feel about Luffy.
And your only loss, you won X1, right? So what was
No,
your only loss?
I went X2 and I finished 19.
Oh, what did you lose to?
I lost to 2 Luffy players.
Oh.
One made top 16 and got top 8 in California.
He lost to Kyle Wapple, and
Yeah.
this man was playing his serial Luffy price
He
card
was.
and 4 manga
Yeah,
Shang.
man,
Yeah.
got flexed on.
Yeah.
Yo,
Yeah.
So that's why I
was
lost.
yeah,
feel
he had the heart of the cards
Mhm.
and the bling of the cards.
My first loss to that event too was Luffy,
Yeah.
and I will say that was the only loss where I felt like it was a loss. I do feel like
You said the other 2 you break bad.
yeah, the other two my deck just hard bricked, and then the Luffy player I played the game. It was a close game, but he had like an answer for everything, and then he had like a very sick top deck, which
There's
Well-
one game I saw where someone like top decked an Otama or a Jet Pistol on you,
he
Mm.
and that's what sealed the deal.
he drew a Nami for turn,
Yeah.
played the
Grabbed the
Nami,
pistol.
which grabbed the pistol, and then he had the Otamas for
Oh.
the Otama Jet Pistol
full
combo,
combo.
for my 8-drop.
Damn.
And then I played against green, and my opening hand was triple law, double X strike,
Yeah, there's not much you can do with that.
That's
and
a
I still almost
five.
won that game. There was like 3 turns in that game where I was like, if I can draw, I had all 4 Bonnies,
Mm.
all 4 Namis, all my 8-drop kids, and then even my Robins in deck, which is very annoying for that matchup.
I still think you made a good meta play though.
Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like that has something to do maybe more towards the deck build itself, because the deck build we just kind of, for the playtesting purposes, we kind of net decked. Just
Oh
to,
yeah, just because you want to see
Yeah.
what everyone else is.
You wanna make it
yeah,
fast.
we
Yeah.
net decked based off of the person that came in 2nd place in Canada,
No, second place in Cali.
Cali,
Mhm.
and then the only difference was that we added the 8-drop kids
Correct.
to make it better for the blue matchup.
Mm.
And then
And I believe you ran 1 radical too.
I played 2 radical.
In the event, you
Yeah,
did?
I
Okay.
played 2 radical, which in hindsight I don't think I would have done.
Yeah,
Mm,
I
yeah.
thought it might have been a bit much then. Because I think you were running, 1 pistol at the time?
Yeah, I was only playing one
Yeah,
pistol.
yeah.
But we were playing it like very much like day before deck.
Correct. And you
Yeah.
also, we play tested a lot of Dofi in the law.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that was like just discouraging for you at one point. So
Yeah,
you were like,
but
yeah,
the-
we're
the-
changing some things.
which
And once you did, I mean, I don't
yeah,
know
I played
that
against
I won.
I played against 2 Dofi players and I just clean swept both of them.
Yeah.
Mm.
My what
Yeah,
was
I was
it? I played 2 Dofi, 3 Kaido, 1 Luffy, 1 Zoro, and 2 kids.
Yeah.
And then my loss was the Luffy player, 1 of the kids, and the Zoro player. And then the kid and the Zoro player were just due to bricks, in my opinion. But
And I just
Mm,
I just
maybe what it
lost
is.
the mirror in my games.
yeah, you
Yeah.
lost both of your losses
Yeah.
were to mirror.
We're just
so
mirror,
yeah.
it wasn't even like
That's Luffy.
bad deck choice. It was
Yeah.
Nope, just lost the mirror and bubbled out of top 16. It was funny because Evan and I were watching because I finished. I
Oh,
played
yeah, we-
super fast.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, when
I
you're
played
playing Luffy,
That too.
so
Yeah, so-
we're like checking the
on
pairings
the,
and
on the
refreshing
app, he
them.
was already 16. There was like 3 more games to go. So
Yeah,
like,
but I started at like 9th,
Yeah.
and you just saw me trickle down
Yeah.
as more people put in their results.
yeah. So the top
And
breakers got you
for the
down.
longest time, I was 16th.
Yeah.
And then Evan was like, all top cuts in. You're 16th. And then we
We're
looked and I'm
not
like, oh,
done.
I'm
Oh,
17th.
Yeah, and then you and the person that was in 16th had the same exact tiebreaker.
Mhm.
Like, same exact time.
Like down to 0.0000. It was crazy.
No.
And then
Yeah.
like the bottom tables like finished up, and I guess we both had like tiebreaks in there because we both felt like 1 or 2
Yeah.
spots.
that's
But
the
yeah,
tiebreakers.
great event, and let's take a
Yeah.
look at the top 16. Let's
Yeah.
see
So
what,
who
what
in particular
did
do you
well.
want to start? The champion or anything
Yeah,
in
let's
between?
just talk about Andrew
Okay,
for a second.
Andrew
Just-
Deval, the DBS World Champion.
Let's just start by saying this dude's just incredible.
This
card
man's
player.
built different.
different.
He walked
I mean-
in with a PPG sponsor shirt, walked in and threw at everybody.
Yeah.
13-0.
He didn't lose 1 game.
Now,
Yeah.
do you think
A
that's
lot.
going to create a little bit of controversy? The fact that he
PPG
was-
sponsor winning a PPG event.
because before this, I do remember there being some controversy about a lot of the
TO sponsorships.
the TO sponsorship players receiving a lot of top cup representation.
I mean,
Now, in my
I
opinion,
don't care.
I don't think it
I
matters.
don't think it
It
matters.
don't matter to me. either.
It's not. You judged the event. Was there any
Yeah.
strange judge calls that went into
No,
his favor?
I did as many judge calls as I could, and the biggest thing was just people not knowing how to play at the end of time. We had a whole meeting about it at the very beginning. We told you it's 5 minutes, 2 turns each, blah blah.
And honestly,
People don't know what the hell they're doing.
when you look at Andrew's list
Yeah.
too, it's It's pretty traditional for the most part. I
So-
mean, where you see some variation is he runs 4 law, 3 chopper, and 2 basil. I mean, this is all pretty.
That's 2 basils,
wait,
right?
wait.
Two
I thought
basils.
you
So no, he's playing green kid.
What?
How is he playing chopper if he's playing green kid?
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Capone. I didn't mean to say
Capone.
chopper.
Oh, okay.
Chop
I was
blocker.
like,
Chop
wait.
I do want to add that I did watch his YouTube video along Jonathan, his teammate, who got 4th place, and he did say that out of everything in that deck, he wished he would have played 3 Basil Hawkins.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's why I asked you earlier about that.
It still has no counter, but you know he would know more than I after playing that deck for that
Mhm.
whole event.
3 right.
I'm
so,
sure he's right because I'm sure he saw enough green, and I'm sure that's why he wants to go
Mhm.
up on the basil.
yeah, and undefeated.
It's
you
a
know.
it's a mirror killer. I mean,
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
see
100%.
basil in the mirror, you pretty much win.
Yeah.
If they can't answer it or they don't have the Kigu to rest it or anything like that,
Yeah,
you're fine.
100%.
Yeah.
Which
Do
is
you want to look into
one of the
a red
reasons why
green long?
I personally
Luffy.
really like.
You want to look into Kyle or Brandon?
We'll look at the highest of each list. What were you saying, Evan?
No, you were mentioning Basil and then into the mirror match.
Yeah.
Which is kind of like one of the reasons why I like going into red green versus green, because you can use those same like mirror killers, but then you have tools like Jet Pistol.
Mhm.
Like being able to Jet Pistol a Basil is so devastating.
Yeah.
I actually I played against a kid player the very last round of the event,
Mhm.
and he dropped 2 Basils against me when I had 8-drop kid on board.
Wow.
And then I was able to Jet Pistol 1, and then I had a 12-card hand against him at one point, where I
Jesus
I
Christ.
hard guarded the Basil.
Mm-hmm. Is that 2nd place?
No.
Yeah.
No, we're not going to look at second place.
Yeah.
It's just green.
Yeah.
We're going to look at
next
the
one-
highest of every representation.
Right.
So
yeah.
Law
this is
finished second. Let's take a
That's
look if anything was
Caban,
out of new here.
Caban, Schwartz, and Truber.
So he played the 2 kid, 3 radical beam package, which
Mhm.
I think is really good. I just have a hard time sometimes justifying it in law, but as we play tested, it's a must. I think it's the only way you beat blue.
3 radical performing things.
I don't know about the radicals.
I don't know
I
about
still
the
want to
radical.
agree to
It's
3
100%.
radicals. Yeah.
I don't know. I think 2 to 3 kid is probably right now. I know a lot of law players were against it, and then they decided to opt out of
Right.
kid.
Mhm.
But in our playtesting, I saw only benefits
Yeah.
in playing that kid.
And then he also played the 1-drop Film Gordon from the film pack. That's
Yeah.
Yes.
put it to the
Bottom
bottom of your
deck,
deck for
minus 3.
minus 3,000,
Yeah.
and it's a body till you use the effect. So I can use that effect right when I play it, or I can use that effect 5 turns from now.
Yeah, 100%.
So it still completes what you want to do as the leader, but it also allows you a Otama-like effect, which is super good right now with all the green we talked about.
Mhm.
If I can turn that into a 5, I'm now just leader swinging even.
Mhm.
Like you're just opening up yourself for more options. Then let's take a
Now-
look at the highest Luffy list, which was Albert Mason.
R.I.P. Richie. Sorry, Richie.
Let's see here. Anything
What
different
is that
or
coffee
new?
table?
Film yes, he does have
Beppo.
an interesting coffee table. He ran Film Beppo, 3 Red Hawks.
The round table.
Yeah, this is honestly super close to my list. I ran 2 Red Hawk, and our 2Ks are a little different, but still about the same amount. He ran 3 Beckman, 3 Shanks. I went 4 Shanks, 3 Beckman. I don't think it matters. I think it's just what are you trying to see the most? My biggest worry always is bottom decking things with Nami. I think that's a big worry, and I think Film Beppo is such a good 2K that all the Luffy players are really on right now.
That is a card that you would only really be able to utilize well in Luffy. And as we can see, a lot of red players gravitate more towards Zoro. So
Yeah.
that's a card that most red players aren't considering right now.
Totally agree, and I totally think it's still a 2K at the end of the day.
Yeah, 100%.
So it's really good. And then let's take a look at the Kaido list here, the highest placed one, which was Kevin Lee. And interestingly enough, only 3 Blast Breath. What do you think about that? No
Oh, I see.
Bagua,
That's what I
just
said.
3 Blast Breath. So
Full-
7 event cards,
Full confidence.
less bricking.
Yeah.
Okay, less bricking. This is a turn 1. So right now, Kaido's in a place where you're either playing it for go first or go second.
Mm-hmm.
So he's running the Jack package, the 4 Jacks to ramp down when he doesn't see Island.
Makes sense.
And he's playing the 7 drop, which I'm a big fan of the vanilla.
Mhm.
The 7/9 vanilla, I think, is just such a strong card, along with
Yeah.
4 Babanuki. What do you think about that?
Some
I mean,
big bodies
it's
there.
an interesting vanilla heavy,
4, 6,
in my
13.
opinion, consistent Kaido list though.
Very interesting because
Mm.
when you're looking at what the metagame is right now. It's so heavily dependent on green and red,
Yep.
and when you're thinking about that, the 7-drop king is such an important card,
And he's running one.
and he's only playing one. Now, I don't know what his matchup spread is, but this to me very much looks like almost a day one catalyst, like
Yeah.
something that people have been playing since day one.
Yeah.
I don't see like a crazy amount of
No.
differences.
The blast breath is
That's the biggest thing.
The blast breath at 3 versus 1 is interesting, but it's
Mhm.
like a one-off of the event isn't like the crazy.
But no Bagua either.
No
I mean,
Bagua.
I know you've been saying
or
this for a
Brachio.
few weeks.
I know.
No Brachio either.
Mhm.
Most
No.
people are running one Brachio.
I think you need to cut down on the events personally.
Yeah.
But
he went far with it.
no,
So-
100%. And like I said, there's going to be the Kaido that high rolls it.
Yeah.
But
But compared to Brandon's go-to Kaido list, which is
Mhm.
also here,
Yeah.
is it's interesting to see those differences. You know,
And it
let's
really-
take a look at the highest Dofi player as
The
well.
highest up, yeah, Doflamingo by Manuel
there-
Martinez.
there is Dofi in top 16.
There was
Yes,
one
one
Dofi,
Dofi,
that's
Manuel
what we're
Martinez.
looking
at.
I think that's the last
And this
one.
will
That's
wrap
unique.
up our top 16
That's
build.
the
So he ran, let's see,
Card
here.
dev, sorry.
Only 2 Mihawk.
Three
That's
loss.
insane. 3
Three
losses is pretty
Sentomaru.
standard as far as the blocker log goes. Oh, he was doing the Sentomaru package.
Yeah, with 2
That was
blocker
his interesting
Pacifista.
thing. And he ran 2 blocker Pacifista
Only
as
2.
well.
2
So
love.
So
2
he can
Mihawk.
wall up more.
That's a lot of 2-offs.
Interesting.
Only 2 Dofi, 2 Virgo. It's an interesting build.
Yeah.
A lot of
You have the most experience with blue out of all of us.
Correct. This is not what I would be running. If I was to run this in an event, I would have instead cut all Dofi, went to 4 Mihawk, probably went up on with the Virgo, cut this in tomorrow for Jinbis, and you pretty much have my list.
Yeah.
Because I think Jinbi right now is your way of getting over the 8. They'll try to wall up and put down killers or Capones or small fry. And if you can Jinbi at the right time and put that to the bottom of the deck, that's a blocker they're not seeing for the rest of the game.
Yeah.
They're literally down a blocker for the rest of the game. Not only that, but Jinbi solidifies that law matchup. I mean, we were testing that, and man,
He's
you were
really
having
good.
a time with Jinbi.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's been one, right?
It's really interesting. I will say though that the first Dofi player I played against, he did drop a Jinbei on stage.
Thank you.
Oh, that's rough.
Justification.
That's rough.
But then I proceeded to.
Play around Jinbi because you.
No, I wasn't playing around
Oh,
it.
okay.
I just dropped 8-drop kit against him.
Oh.
That was the game where I played the 8-drop kid. I rested it and played Nami, and then
Oh, in
used
the
Nami.
same
Okay.
turn.
Yeah,
Very nice.
on my 8 curve turn.
With that, we saw all the decks. I just want to ask. So the breakdown was 8 kits, 3 Luffys, 2 Laws, 2 Kaidos, 1 Dofi. Do you think this is gonna change for Vegas? Do you think people are gonna be more gearing towards playing against Kit now?
Yes and no. I'll
Or-
say it this way. So Diego and I are both playing in Vegas.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
are going
yeah.
to Vegas. We'll be there. We'll have lots of content, by
Yeah.
the way. And I do think it'll be similar to this. I don't think it's going to change much. I still
I
think
think-
the 2 best decks are Kid and Luffy.
There's not enough variety to the point where one counters each other, so it's still gonna be the same
So
routine, I think.
I think we're gonna see less Luffy.
Less Luffy. Wow.
Less Luffy, more Kit.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna see more Law.
More law. Okay.
Yes.
Wouldn't be more less Luffy be more Zoro then?
Yes, but I
Yeah.
think we already have a strong Zora representation.
Mhm.
I don't think it's going to be the Zora like the
Yeah.
Zoro was the number 2 deck.
exactly.
Mhm.
Back to back. Treasure Cups.
I don't.
God.
Yeah.
What
I
are
don't
you,
think
what are
we're
you
gonna-
Zoro players doing?
They're not winning.
Now maybe this is my hot take of the day. My
Evan's
Evan,
hot takes.
Yeah, my Evan hot takes. The hear me out guys.
Uh-huh.
Ben did say that.
Midwest, a little bit less competitive.
Wow, that's
Oh,
really
wow.
that's
Well-
that is going
Well,
hot.
we did see a lot of people travel from California
Yeah.
to the Treasure
Yes,
Cup.
but hear me out. California
Right.
and Florida are the,
I don't want.
in my opinion, California and Florida are the card capitals of the United
Yeah.
States.
I probably wouldn't disagree
And
with that.
also, this tournament is only going to be 256 players.
Yes,
Yeah,
and it's
that'll
a
be
very
interesting.
exclusive event because you had to fight the internet to get in.
Is that not more reason for Luffy, though?
No.
Well,
7 rounds?
it's such a small event.
No, I think
7 rounds is
because
Swiss.
I honestly, if there was a tournament, and I know I've been screaming this out, I think if there was a tournament for Kaido to win, it would be this one because they don't have to play as much as Swiss.
Mm,
Oh,
Fair.
that's true. Because what? It'll be probably 7 rounds.
yeah.
7 versus 9.
So a friend of mine, Dorian, he played Kaido and he got X-ray on that. He got 60 something. But this man saw Island twice in the 9 rounds. So that shows you, it's a hassle sometimes. It's not consistent.
Yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
it'll be interesting to see. I still don't know what
Yeah.
I'll be playing.
But-
It won't be Doflamingo.
I do think that we're going to see more law players
Yeah.
because
Mm.
I think
It's a good deck.
that you're going to see a lot more players who are the ones that play other card games
Correct.
here. And other card game players really like playing.
It's the interaction
It's the interaction.
It's
It
the
feels like
satisfaction of the comboing.
yeah.
Yeah.
and the possibilities.
Oh yeah.
There are 800 different lines in that
Yeah,
deck. But so yeah, we'll be at Vegas, guys.
Okay.
We're super excited.
Yeah. It's going to be
Um,
lots of fun. We're going to
And
probably.
that's our Miami
what-
recap.
Yeah.
It was a great event.
Yeah, no, we had a good time. We'll probably shoot down a video or two in the hotel room in Vegas, to see our day 1 and day 2 experience with some other special guests that we're gonna have from the team. So we'll see you guys, Saturday,
easy.
Sunday. Yeah, so we'll catch you next time.
Yeah, you guys won't have an Evan hot take next week.
It's okay.
No, Evan will not be there.
Maybe on Monday. It's all right. We'll get you in. Laters.